I must confess that I'm looking nerd fresh. Minty clean like Chris. Sidewalks light up when I step. Batman symbol on my chest. Bruce Wayne fly fresh. So fresh. I'm fresh. Nerd fresh.
Black Cap.
Well,
it's February.
It's not Black Cap.
Right Hashtag Black Cap Feb.
It's John Walker as Winter Soldier, as we saw, or not Winter Soldier, as U.S. agent, but he's got the Captain America shield. So, is he the government-sanctioned Captain America right now?
Oh man.
No. I said he's Black Cap. That's what I said.
All right, so you just
he ain't government sanctioned. He's sanctioned by the people.
People sanctioned.
Power to the people.
Actually,
Black Cap.
He was sanctioned by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Hey.
On your left. On your left.
Hey.
He kept telling him on your left.
Hey. Look here. He humanized that. Never mind. Let me get off my Malcolm X soapbox. It is February. I'm sorry for any opinions that I say that might hurt and make some of you people out there feel a certain way about yourselves. So
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Right?
I wish I could press it right now. I don't have it in there.
No. I'm just kidding around. No, I'm actually looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, we said this on one of our discussions a few months back. I think this is going to be a great transition for both of these characters, and I think like the directions they could go from the storyline with the U.S. agent and so does Falcon get to truly take on that moniker as he was really Cap's right-hand man,
right?
Next to Bucky. And then you have the really great stuff they could do where Winter Soldier is trying to redeem himself for the past as an assassin and a killer and all that stuff.
Do we think they're going to touch on the Accords? Because, I mean, there's that 5-year jump, then, hey, you were technically a Soviet soldier that did all this whatever.
I think what they're going to do is not just touch on the Accords, but really... And I'm hoping what they do with a lot
Falcon
of
was
shows.
technically a fugitive and just other things.
So what I'm hoping they do is this is the tie between everything that happened before the blip and everything that happened after.
So you think we're going to get like a jump back and forth type thing?
Well, not only that, but I think it's going to be, it's going to show the government and everything trying to restructure from after that. Yeah. And so they're going to be looking at, okay, what role do these people really need to play in what we have going on? They may even say, well, hey, we feel that y'all are responsible for it. So, no, we don't want you to have anything to do with the protection of the planet moving forward because you failed.
Right.
So there's so many directions that could go. I think it's just going to be very interesting.
Well, I remember one of the videos we did, you at first felt like it was going to be like a buddy cop thing. And I could see that dynamic playing out with the way that they are in the films together. You know, will you move your seat forward? No.
Yeah.
It's just different. I hate you. You couldn't do that sooner. I hate you. Just, all the moments.
They hate each other, and then, of course, they grow to have a mutual respect, and then they grow to love each other, whatever. But and that I like that aspect of it. I'm more curious about how they get the shield from him, to U.S. agent or Walker if he's just going to go by Captain America. And it really looks like they're trying to hype him up with him coming out in the middle of parade dedicated to him or whatever. Like,
oh yeah.
Dude, like you saw the clip. The guy running out and he high fives the guy in the bandstand.
I must have blinked because it's 30 seconds, like we said.
It's definitely blink and you miss it.
But yeah, he comes out and he high fives like a guy doing the marching band thing.
Right.
He's like, it's all carefully choreographed and everything. But
the part that gets me is all them bullet shells falling right in front of Zemo's face.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's that about? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
That's a message. I think that's the Winter Soldier saying, like, he's gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, because Zemo had control over him. If somebody had control over you like that mentally, you'd want some sort of revenge or something.
Yeah, he would not be long for this world on my He'd do a few things like that.
Which may be another side story they have going.
Yeah, because I love it when the whole Captain America line does get serious. The funny parts are awesome, but when it gets serious, just that whole moment he grabs the shield and he chunks it. That's an awesome scene. Gives you chills for a moment. You know what I mean? It wasn't one word uttered. So yeah.
I'm really looking. It sounds like all three of us are really looking forward to
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think you're right. This is going to bridge a lot of the gaps, and I think that this is going to set up Cap as yet another legacy character that we talked about earlier.
Do we see old man Cap?
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, if he made cameo in the whatever is their season finale for the first season, or maybe in the first episode, maybe some throwback stuff or whatever. But
I feel like
as far as being
they're gonna pull it.
You don't think they're gonna pull it from the comics at all? Not him playing a role at all? Not even a 5-minute cameo?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
it would
my
either
bad.
be in the first episode or the last episode.
Okay. My bad.
But it would be
Misunderstood.
a one and done. I don't think
and that would be awesome. That would be satisfying enough for the core fan base. I feel.
Cap earned his.
Yeah, he earned his retirement.
He's good.
Absolutely.
He earned his
Time served, soldier. Go rest.
We'll see him again in the what ifs. That's it. That's when we'll see him again.
Now, because that's
We'll
all
hear him.
made.
Yeah, we'll hear him voice his role. So yeah.
Oh man, and I'm still looking for. That's the one I want to see.
See the what ifs so bad.
Yeah, even though that's not on topic. So let's
it's
get
not
back
on
on topic.
On
WandaVision. WandaVision, yo.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta do this one because
Please.
this doesn't only hit hard to me as a big comic book fan. Love comics. Seeing her in the comic accurate costume. I mean,
But if you freeze frame it,
yeah, I
that
know,
the
it looks
headpiece
like
is like cardboard cutout.
I know. It
So it looks like a
definitely
Halloween
looks like
costume.
a Halloween or cosplay thing, and that whatever. But let's just be honest. It's Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh yeah.
In the comic accurate Scarlet Witch costume. Boom. I'm sorry. Honey,
Yeah.
if you're watching this, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't lie. She looks great.
Yeah, no, I mean her
But-
top in the comics was literally held up by her girls.
Yeah, but
Yowza.
but the thing that I really like about this is that I'm also a huge sitcom nerd.
You are.
I love sitcoms. I've watched from Nick at Night all the way
Situational commentary, right?
Situational commentary.
There we go.
Was going to be something that I was going to do.
It's still gonna do.
May still do.
Still gonna do.
But yeah, I love sitcoms, and there is so many just the way they made it. It's not exact. It's not the I Love Lucy recreated living room. It's not the Dick Van Dyke living room.
But it felt like they touched on that with the black and white,
But-
and then to the
Well,
attire
it
she's
has-
wearing.
It has the same aesthetics.
Yeah, the way the furniture is arranged is the same way that it is in Dick Van Dyke.
Well, shout out New Rock Stars, but they did like a frame by frame, and they were like, oh, when she's in the plaid, it's like Roseanne in the '90s, and when she's
that's
here,
what I
it's
mean.
like
every single, half or third of a second clip that we get of her, and the house that changes. The stairs are the same stairs from, respectively, the Brady Bunch when she's in the
exactly,
long hair
and that was the
pregnant.
scene where they showed her pregnant too.
And then the stairs going up when you see the pacifiers pop up,
And they're
were
twins.
And they're twins.
And it's funny because her famous sisters are twins, so that's another tie-in.
Well, and there's also a tie-in to the actual comic where
Yeah.
she does have
Right,
twins.
she does have twins, but I'm just saying it's funny
But-
that it's her, and then her sisters just happen to be the famous twins from that era that she shows the two babies popping up. It's like
Exactly.
a full house.
It's that 80s era.
Yeah.
And those stairs are similar to the way the stairs were set up in Family Ties. So the refrigerator
I'm
looks
sure
like
there's
the
sets just sitting
refrigerator.
around in a warehouse somewhere. Roll that old whatever
exactly.
out.
They just push it out. The refrigerator looks almost exactly like
Yeah,
Roseanne.
absolutely.
I mean, it's just there's so much there. You can see the juxtaposition between this is going to be like kind of a toe into Marvel horror, but we're also going to dress it up from sitcoms that all of us growing up with Nick at Night and watching through the 80s are going to remember and love.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And this is the one I'm looking forward to. I want to see Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it's going to be awesome. But you asked me when I saw the clips for this, I was like,
Well, especially knowing that she's supposed to play a part in the Doctor Strange, multiverse of madness. So it's like how far is her powers gonna deep dive into this? You know what I mean? And yeah. So anyway,
I will say this though. The main reason I want to see WandaVision is so I can see the tie-in and where it's going to go with the Doctor Strange.
Of course.
Yeah, naturally.
But that's it. That's all you got.
I mean, he pretty much.
Yeah,
I
took on this one, man. I'm sorry.
No, hey, no worries, no worries, bro.
Was just,
But real quick, did you hear the news that they were trying to say now they're retracting the horror aspect of the Doctor Strange?
No, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that?
Unfortunately.
Have you heard this is just the latest I heard.
Well, hearsay.
Yeah, the internet rumor.
The
but
interwebs.
Sam Raimi is looking in talks to direct.
Oh no! Now that one I did hear.
Yeah,
that's
and
actually
Sam Raimi did the original
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Thank you.
Dead too.
So he has horror roots, but he also did the first Spider-Man. So he's got comic roots.
Dude, I'm just saying, give me if
all honesty,
Multiverse of Madness could be like a whole.
They should do it.
Of that
Just
whole
embrace it.
Mysterio breakdown when Iron Man's coming out of the grave and stuff like that.
Just embrace it.
Dude.
Do horror.
Give me stuff like that. And
horror.
Take my money.
Well, and then
take
they got
my
the
money.
They have the perfect person.
Because not just horror, but comic book horror.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, take my
They have
money.
the perfect person in Sam Raimi to walk that tightrope.
Yeah,
because he can do comedy and light stuff very good, but he also can make
Dude.
stuff extremely creepy and scary.
I'm sorry, that
That's
scene
awesome.
where Doc Ock comes to life and has the arms, that still kind of chills me a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't he do two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where like he's dragging some woman into the dark and she's leaving like claw marks in the floor, like straight up just and from that weird angle and that like just and she's swallowed up by the darkness and you just hear her crap.
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh man, no. I actually the fact Sam Raimi's coming in now that was a huge boost for me and even wanting to see this movie that movie even more.
So yeah.
But so that's really with everything Stretcho said and then when you add in just wanting to see that movie, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing WandaVision. It's gonna be dope. I'm hoping.
And I think we got literally a quarter of a second of Loki, so let's just
That
talk
one
about
they
that.
showed the least. I'm still hoping it's our silly thing that we said. Loki is Quantum Leap.
Right. No, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But at the same time, we were talking about it off camera. It was like, he's got the space stone, not the time stone. So how are they going to pull this one off? Because part of that set picture shows him in the 70s with the jaws on the matinee or whatnot. Or the marquee for matinee.
So if we go back and think about what they did with each of the stones in the movies, the time stone, they didn't really do time travel. It gives you control of time in that moment, right?
Right,
sure.
So they never showed. Now they showed him where he could look through all of the various timelines, but it was the space stone where you see literally people hopping all over the place.
And it was technically the only one that wasn't returned to its time because they had to go to the 70s and get that version of the stone.
So, in theory, then wouldn't space, in the way that we're thinking about it, because space and time are kind of...
I was about to say, aren't they kind of like parallel?
Yeah. So, he would technically be able to hop through...
That's where science and magic gets all conjoined.
Science! It's magic! But, in theory, then, shouldn't he be able to kind of hop through various...
spaces along
spaces
the
of
time.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's where quantum realm meets.
He just
You
can't...
know what I mean? Where space and time meet. That's the
Right.
quantum realm type.
He just can't control it. He can't control time. He can just kind of
So it's just gonna drop him off wherever the hell he leaps through or whatnot.
Well, if he has
almost
the stone,
like a quantum leap, I guess.
Yeah.
Then that would be.
Yeah,
alright.
if he has the stone, he can hop around through the space time. He can't control time. I think that's what the time stone, at least from what
Truly allows you
what
to do.
we've seen from the movies, the time stone in the possession of the right person, they can actually control the flow of time, see through the various versions of time and all of that stuff.
Right.
The space stone is what allows you to actually physically travel from one end of space. And time to the
Gotcha.
next.
Okay,
At least
okay.
that's kind of what I gathered from it.
Well, I also feel like
I watching
I
it
like
too
that.
hard?
No. I like that theory, and it kind of makes sense with how they time travel through the quantum realm anyway. Because and we had talked about this earlier, Tony Stark didn't create time travel just on a whim.
Yeah.
The time travel was done by going to the quantum realm. Tony Stark just created a temporal GPS unit.
Inverted the loop and all that. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you had a space stone that would essentially do that for you, conceivably, you could jump into the quantum realm and then jump out of the quantum realm into a different time.
Maybe
Probably
that would be
easier than even Tony Stark did, because he didn't have to use the massive machines and the little
Right.
things. I mean, that's the stones. That's the space stone. That's what it does. It allows you to do that.
And you know what? The more now that you've said it, and I look back, there's that. It looks like they're enveloped in, right?
Yeah.
When he does the thing, it's like they disappear in a pocket.
Yeah.
As if
It's
they're
just
almost
folding it in.
Right.
So yeah, they're being grabbed into the quantum zone and then
Deposited somewhere
Wherever.
else. And Loki being a god and capable of conceivably holding. Have we seen any Asgardians actually directly hold any of the stones?
like physically.
Yeah, like the Guardians did, and he was only able to
Each
survive
time it
'cause
was
he's
within a
half-
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Tesseract when Loki had
just
it,
Loki.
and he's not even technically Asgardian. But then
That's right.
even when Thor had the ether, it was in its casing.
Yeah.
So
So
Loki would be the only. Well, he's not an Asgardian, so he would be the only though. He'd be the only
he
character.
was able
outside
to
of-
hold the Tesseract without it burning him or really
technically
messing
then-
him up.
yeah, it's a
Technically,
case.
Wasn't that still in case?
Yeah, it's in a case.
Yeah, but it was still messing up Nick Fury when he was pulling it out, and it was burning
and
and
it-
stuff like that.
And it shot Red Skull across the universe.
That's what I'm saying. Like human beings, true human beings who have directly held or tried to hold something close to the.
You have to, I
Infinity
guess, to be a
Stones.
lowercase g god because you got
I mean,
because you got
so
Quill
the only
who was
reason
able to
Quill-
hold the power
That's
stone
what
for a
I said,
minute.
right.
But he's half celestial though. Quill is half celestial, so he would have been able to. Plus,
But now that I'm a big G,
Yeah, I'm a big
Big
G.
G.
The girl, see, I got the money.
$100 bills, y'all. Street nerds, baby. Street nerds, baby. I need one of those ficky fon fon. Oh man. But yeah, so okay, this was another thing. I was recently revisiting
killed
Doctor
Stretch's
Strange.
point. It
I,
was like-
I know, I know.
I'll tell Jordan does it every
I'm
time.
sorry.
I don't understand your rap references. I am the nerd in Street Nerds, in case anyone doesn't know.
Nah, but I was talking to him about this off camera too the other day after revisiting Doctor Strange and him just messing with the apple from whole to core. Aren't you causing a ripple effect in time that now can be, manipulated by
I
other?
guess not though, because he was focusing the energy of it, and I guess that was him practicing. He was just focusing the energy of it on that specific.
But
thing.
Wong came in hot, bro. He was mad.
Well, no,
he was like,
because-
"You can't be messing
yeah,
with time like that."
Well, no,
and then,
that's that. But that's the whole. I think that's what the lesson to be learned out of that was Doctor Strange. Learned how to truly master using that stone, but also learned you could only use it in the most dire of circumstances.
all right, my bad. I didn't mean to totally cut off your thing.
No. I'm honestly, I'm just kind of still mulling around the idea of the space stone being able to, because if you take into that you're occupying one timeline, maybe that's why the Time Variance Authority has to step in.
Well, what was it? Sam was the main guy in Quantum Leap. What was his
Al.
hologram? Al.
Yeah.
So who's Loki's Al? This could pull it off. We can pull it off. It could be pulled
Who would
off
be
some way.
Loki's Al? So would he be just like Al?
What if that's how we get MODOK or something? That would be.
MODOK.
and Loki skipping across time and space,
Oh my god.
trying to put back what Odin made wrong.
Giant baby head.
That is hilarious. All right, but we did see the Time Variant Authority stamped
Variance
on
Authority.
that one clip we did get of Loki. What do we think's happening with that?
Oh man.
Is that literally just for the one scene only, or are they going to have a
time-
big hand in this?
Time Variance Authority, if I'm not mistaken, was a lot of Fantastic Four.
Yeah. That's
Super
mostly
Science.
what I remember it from.
They were kind of in charge of maintaining the main Marvel timeline and multiverse. 616 universe. Dropping the universal
Super nerds. I'm not there
designation.
yet. I'm trying.
Because everybody should know the universal designation.
Boom. What's the MCU's, guys?
616.
No.
Oh, MCU?
It was like the 999 or something.
Yeah, it's like into the millions or whatever. It's a newer universe.
1999.
Hey, rest in peace, Prince.
I think because of his either the Time Variance Authority steps in because either his removal of the Space Stone from that timeline creates such a divergence that they have to.
Doing too much jumping.
Well, just that one. Just the.
Oh, okay. Just the
him
simple
folding
one.
out,
That
like,
simple one was enough. Gotcha.
I mean, that completely messes up the entire Marvel timeline.
Absolutely, I understood.
If we were to follow those chains of events, everything from Avengers 1 on is null.
True
at this point.
True that.
So, that's enough for the Time Variance to be like, hey, let's.
We're gonna interject right now.
So I think he's either captured again, and that's like at this point he's like, I'm tired of being a prisoner. I'm just gonna burn you all to the ground and be done with this. Or like you guys were saying, he's just skipping through the timeline, causing trouble, and the Time Variance Authority picks him up and is like, that's how we get introduced to them.
Nice.
And they either get brought in for another movie or something like that.
Kind of like Damage Control and all that, little small pieces.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Quantum Leap.
That would be awesome, bro. I'm all about it.
What Odin made wrong.
I'm all about it.
They gotta do it. They gotta do it. Loki, Quantum Leap.
Loki, Quantum Leap.
And with MODOK as Al.
With MODOK. Hell yeah, I'm with it.
Loki,
I'm with it.
I don't want to save anybody.
But it's the only way we're gonna leap out, MODOK.
Okay.
Oh, that is
Why
great.
must we help you?
Oh
humans?
my God, that is so
Oh
awesome.
man, MODOK.
All right.
We need more MODOK.
Yes.
More MODOK.
MODOK needs to make
More
his
MODOK. For those of you listening or watching and you don't know who MODOK is, go look him up.
Oh, it's
And
it's a fun read.
will totally want to see more MODOK.
They've actually
just-
introduced several things that could bring him about. He was a part of AIM.
He was.
He has worked with Hydra.
He has.
The groundwork's laid, people.
And-
Bring MODOK.
It's sad that half the time I've caught up through the cartoons that my son likes to watch, and they'll bring about MODOK and Red Skull and other
like,
things,
oh,
and I learn these
that's
extra things. I'm like,
MODOK.
oh, some extra stuff.
Definitely check out MODOK.
MODOK. MODOK.
Loki, I don't want to help anyone to leave. I don't care. I'm in the future. Bye.
That's great. That's great.